From the waiting room. Okay, you guys know what I always say. If you know someone who should be on this call and they're not yet, I need to text my sister. She's not on this call yet. Text them and let them know to hop on. Make sure they have the meeting ID. Here she is. Make sure they have the meeting ID or the Zoom link. I know I saw her. Oh, there she is. Okay. All right, Jana, you want to go ahead and take it away and I'll keep doing the waiting room?
All right, we will do it. So we're going to do the training first. I wasn't sure what order we were going. So
hold on. I'm going to mute everyone and then unmute yourself.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, welcome everyone. If you see somebody that should be on here and they're not, please go tell them. I'm going to go tell my team chat to get themselves on this call. I'm happy to see you guys. What a week it was. It was such an exciting week, and I know we're going to talk more about that here in the next little bit. I mean, I couldn't keep up with you guys this past weekend. So that was a fun way to end the month. And it was just such a good end to this month. I cannot wait to see what October is going to bring us. I'm very excited about it. You guys have already seen the part of the big surprise going around. There's a big thing happening tomorrow, a big drop happening tomorrow. Corporate's already released it, so I guess we can talk about it too. New flavor of active, new flavor of collagen. You can buy them in bundles. Cute water bottle. One of the cutest water bottles we've had in a very long time. Super cute. So we can talk about more about that later, and using that in your business, but using that promotion, using those limited time offer deals when things like this is huge for your business. So push that really hard starting tomorrow. I'm excited about that. So we are going to announce the winners at the end of this call, but tonight I get the privilege of just talking to you guys for a little bit. We are going to talk about something that has been on my heart for a little bit. I ran it past the other girls and they all agreed that this is the direction we needed to go tonight. And so we are going to talk about the 5 systems that you need to make sure you have in place to grow your business. So as I was thinking through this past week, I was thinking through, do we have everything in place on our team to, one, help you as workers grow your brand new person? So say you sign somebody today, do you have the tools that you need to get them from where they are today, a brand new VIP, to get them to silver or gold or above? Do we have everything in place? Or you could also say, do I have everything in place for somebody who's brand new? If they wanted to take the initiative themselves and they didn't have somebody working, do we have everything in place to get that person from today as a brand new VIP? Do we have everything in place to get them to where they want to be? And I'm so excited to say that we do. It has taken us a while, I feel like, to get everything in place the way it should be and to be what it needed to be. But I am so excited to really kind of put everything together for us tonight. So over the last few weeks on the Building Freedom page, we have talked a lot about different areas, different systems of growing your business. But what I want to do tonight is kind of, if you're like me at all, when you see things scattered here and there, you're like, that's good, and that's good, and that's good. But I need somebody usually to come in and like, okay, rein it all in for me though, and show me how this looks exactly. It's just the way my little brain works. So hopefully it will help some of you guys too. So we talk about the 5 systems, or the five steps to growing your business is really more what this is. So the first step in growing your business, 1, either as a brand new VIP, or 2, as you helping a brand new VIP. How are you going to help them? Well, if I was brand new tonight, my first step would be prospecting. Where am I going to find these people? Where am I going to find my next VIP? How am I going to find them? There's several ways to do that, guys. I think the most common way that we talk about so often is social media. It's still to this day probably one of the best ways to grow your business through. I still get a lot of business off Facebook, Instagram. There's so many different ways to grow it through social media. I'm not going to go into a lot of details with a lot of these tonight, because over the next 5 days, we're going to break these down for you on the Building Freedom page. So tonight is just a matter of putting them all together in one place. So there'll be more in-depth training on social media and using that. But what I want you to know is it works. Like, it works. So if you're not using it as often as you should be, and you guys know how we feel about that, you can't just, throw up Plexus on every post, but using it wisely, where you're also sharing other things about your life, and you're being very careful, be very specific when you do choose to use post about Plexus. You don't want to just throw up posts that don't sound like you. You don't want to just copy and paste. Put some time and effort into what you share on social media when it comes to Plexus, because people know me. And if then I throw up a post, they're like, that is so spammy sounding. That does not sound like Jana. They are not going to buy from me. Oftentimes though, we run into people. One of my daughter's best friends was so cute. I was telling her the other night, she loves tennis shoes. I think she's what you call a sneakerhead, loves them. And I was like, Addie, Plexus is giving away free Nikes this month. She's already a customer. And she's like, how do I get them? I'm like, you sign up 3 people. She's like, I can do that. She goes, do I have to post all over social media? I was like, no, you don't. And I said, you go back to college, get me on a Zoom call with all your college friends, and we will get you those Nikes. So I'm going to help her get to silver and get her Nikes. And in turn, I'm going to develop a business builder out of it. She just doesn't know it yet. So I cannot emphasize enough. And in turn too, she'll end up posting about social media. On social media, we know how that goes. But in-person events, Zoom events, I can't tell you enough how much those still work. We sat in the Diamond meeting in Hawaii, and our tables set, and we talked about the things that were working, the things that weren't working, and we presented them to the whole group. I can't tell you over and over and over how the Diamonds kept saying, in-person events are working, in-person events are working, in-person events are working. And a part of that is, after what we've come through the last few years, people want community. They want to see faces. They want to be together. So I want to challenge you to step out of your comfort zone. Have a get together at your home, get together with some other local people, and, mix up some Plexus, have, some things for people to look at, have a small little presentation if you want to. Just all you have to do is tell what Plexus products have done for you. You do not have to know any science behind anything. Just share what Plexus has done for you. And I promise you, in-person events, people call it belly to belly. Have you heard that phrase? Belly to belly works. It works. Actually, it honestly probably works better than social media. If I'm sitting at a table with Amber, and Amber's never heard of Plexus, and I start to talk about Plexus, Amber's going to see my passion. She's going to see my belief. She's going to hear it in my voice. And I've probably got a new customer, versus me posting on social media to, however many friends I have, and just hoping one of them believes me and listens to me. As I was making the notes for this, I got to thinking about this. I got to thinking about my one regret with Plexus. And I probably, honestly, when I think back, I've made a lot of mistakes, done a lot of things wrong that didn't work, but I do have one regret. And that's, in the beginning, I regret that I was not bolder in person when I was with people. I so regret it. I regret that I wasn't. And it was because I was like, I can post on social media behind a screen all day long, but when you get me one-on-one, I'm like, but what if, I say the wrong thing? But honestly, those people are already watching my social media. They're kind of waiting for me just to say something about it. You don't have to be pushy with it. You don't have to, you can just it can come up in a casual conversation that how much you love Plexus and what it's doing for you. If it's not for them, then that's fine, back off, but you've planted a seed. Belly to belly, person to person works. There's also other things like messenger events and things like that, to where you can invite people to. You're not actually having to put yourself out there to all of your social media friends, but those work. So in-person events, online events, I would encourage you on your social media to always be growing your social media, getting into groups and getting to know people. Those people will in turn end up seeing your post, and one of your business builders may come from that post. I know that is how Tamara Holloway Diamond, she's like a 6-star diamond or maybe more, signed Whitney War, another diamond. They met in a Facebook group. So I'm just telling you, it works, it happens. And I have people on my team, level ones that I've never met, that we have met through social media, and they are growing their businesses like crazy. So just always, you can't, if you're saying the social media is not working for me, then there's one thing wrong. You are not growing your network. That's what's wrong. It's not that, probably not that your social media posts are wrong or that you're doing something wrong on social media. It's just that the same people see your things over and over and over, and you haven't grown your network. So make sure you are growing your network, and you can do that so many ways nowadays. There's so many groups. What are your hobbies? What are your interests? And get involved in those, and make sure that those people are seeing your stuff as well. All right, that's the first step. Step 2, you've got somebody interested. So what do you do now? Honestly, I think sometimes this is where we get hung up the most, because we're like, somebody's interested. What do I say to them? Oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start, right? Well, you guys know we have the perfect solution for that. And that is what we call the ATM method, or as I like to call it, the ATM method. So I'm not going to go into major detail about this because I did a live last week. I will, when we post this call, I'll post the link to that live, or you can just scroll the the Building Freedom page and find it. The ATM method works. As Amber, Stephanie, Sundee, and I were texting tonight, I think it was Sundee that was saying how proud she was of her team, and the people that were just seeing great success are using the ATM. Y'all, it's so easy. Don't be scared of it. Use it boldly. It will pay off, and you will see huge results from it. I promise you will. The last 2 people I'd signed came from me using the ATM method. And when I used it, I was like, is that all? Is that all? Like, I even messaged, I messaged one of the girls and was like, did I do that right? I think it was Steph. I was like, I don't know if I did that right. Like, did I tag them right? So it felt too simple, but it works. It works. It gives them the information they need. It takes the burden off of you, and they're ready to join after you have tagged them in the post. Again, watch the video first because it's going to explain it better. So what's the next step after that? You've tagged them in ATM, and they're like, most likely they're going to be like, well, sign me up. How do I sign up? All right. So I just want to give you, this is very, very, very basic, but how many of us, raise your hand, if you've ever lost a sale because they couldn't get signed up? Like, they get frustrated, they get irritated. Yeah, just about everybody, right? One thing I want you to know is corporate knows, and they are aware, and they are working very hard to make our sign up as easy as Amazon. 1 click and they've purchased. They know that, and they're working on that. In the meantime, I want to tell you what I do, and I literally never have a problem signing up people. I haven't for a very long time. I never have people say, I can't figure this out. You have to think like you are talking to a kindergartner when it comes to getting people signed up. So you have 2 options, and I offer this to everybody. Give them a choice. Do you want me to do it for you? If they come back and say, yes, please, because a lot of them will, then I'm not going to share it all right now, but I can share it later this week when we talk about this. I give them the very detailed list of exactly what I'm going to need. I don't leave anything off so that I don't have to go back and forth with them. I tell them exactly what I need. All right. Then I can go in, I can order right away and say, done, your products are on the way. If they don't want to, I do not pressure them. I get it. I get that. So some of them say, no, I would like to do it. So your best tip, and I have this, it's on the Building Freedom page on an old post that I continue to bump up. I have very detailed instructions to send somebody. They're bullet points. We learned in Hawaii that people like bullet points. So if you're talking to people and you're giving them a list of something, always make everything a bullet point. They can follow that much easier. Again, I know this is basic, but again, all of us have lost a sale because people haven't been able to sign up. So you're going to want to give them the very clear instructions. You're going to want to edit your instructions. So I use the same base instructions, but I edit them for that individual person based on the conversations I've had with that person. So, I'll go in and say, you can skip the quiz because we have already pinpointed the exact welcome pack you're going to want. Click on this welcome pack, and then we move on with the step. Something honestly, y'all, I know this is very basic, but people are all the time frustrated over SAM 2020 and what box it goes in. You guys, when you send them the instructions in all caps, tell them it has to go in the promo code box, not the incentive code box, because they will try to put it in the incentive code box and it will not work. All right. Again, I know it's simple, but it's frustrating to people, and I hate for people to lose a sale over not being able to actually get signed up. All right, so you've signed them up. What do you do next? This is where a lot of people get stuck. A lot of people get stuck on this little part right here. So probably our very newest system, I just posted about it this past week, and I know some of us have actually already used it, is our 3-way welcome calls. This is going to take some time to get used to. It's going to be an adjustment, but I promise you, if you do it, I promise you, you will see an explosion in your business. So how does that work? That would look like if I were to sign up Stephanie tonight, and she's my brand new VIP. I am going to get her on the phone with Sundee, because Sundee is my sponsor, and there is power. There is power in that third-party validation. Stephanie's already excited. She can't wait to get her products. And now I'm going to introduce her to someone else who's just as passionate and believes just as much in Plexus as I do. And I'm going to get her on the phone with Stephanie. This is very important for new people also to do this. It's really, honestly, it's powerful for anybody to do it. It really genuinely is. So get them on a 3-way welcome call with your upline. I guess you could do it with sidelines. If your upline couldn't do it, you could really do it with anyone. If all you do though, you have to remember, if all you do is add people, that's only going to get you so far. So that's why this step is so important. You can add people all day long. I've seen people do it, add hundreds and hundreds, but they can't rank up. It might get you to gold, could get you to senior gold. It's probably not going to get you too far past that if you do not develop a leader. And that's what this call is all about. And I know you're sitting there going, but they don't want to be a leader. They just want their products. How many of us said that? Raise your hand if you only signed up for products. I for sure, Sundee and I were just talking about that the other day. She was laughing, she was like, you did not want the products. Did not want the business. And I didn't. I didn't know I needed the business. I didn't know it's what I wanted. Most people don't know. That's because they don't understand it. They don't understand what you're doing. They don't understand how this business works. And honestly, they probably don't think there's any money to be made. So this 3-way call is crucial to your business, and it's not near as scary as it sounds. And you get on the 3-way call with them. And I'm again not going to go into huge detail. There is a post and we will cover it more this coming week, but you're going to have just a conversation with them. You're going to start the conversation off, where do you live? How do you know the person you signed up with? How do y'all know each other? You're going to do some small talk, and then you're going to let them know how glad you are that they are starting with Plexus, and ask them, would you be okay if I shared my Plexus story with you? Then you're going to go on and you're going to ask them, so I shared my story with you. What was it about Plexus that interested you? Let them share, get them to talk and listen. And then if they have any concerns, if they have any, some people do, they're like, I hope this works or whatever. That third-party validation is going to calm their fears. You can share how confident you are that they have made the right choice to join Plexus. And that's going to be your opportunity also to remind them that Plexus is not an overnight solution. It's a long-term solution to help them heal and restore their body. And it's going to be a great time to have that conversation about consistency. Then you're going to move on. And you guys, I've used this question before. This is the magic question. If you write down anything tonight, please write down this magic question. This is the point in the conversation where you're going to ask them the magic question. The magic question is, all right, Stephanie, if you turn out to love your products, if you love your products, are you open to telling other people about Plexus? So who's going to say no to that? Like really, like they may not be thinking of it on a grand scale like you are thinking of it. But if I love my Plexus products, you can bet I'm going to call my mom and be like, oh my gosh, mom, these products are amazing. Or I'm going to call Amber and be like, you have to order these products. I'm going to tell somebody. So if I was asked that question, then heck yeah, I'm going to tell somebody. So you can then, every once in a while, you're probably going to get someone to say, no, I'm not, I don't know if I'm open to that, or because then maybe they're reading into your question a little bit, or I say probably. And in this system that we have developed, or we haven't developed, we pretty much stole the system, but it works. It breaks down each of those scenarios for you and for you to have the verbiage to use to help move them forward. And then once you've had that conversation with them, ask them the magic question. You can start to kind of gauge their interest. You can understand a little bit more where they're coming from and help to know better how to move forward with them. So that's your three-way welcome call that honestly, I feel like that's going to be our next big step. If you're not using the ATM method, you need to use that. And if you're not doing three-way welcome calls, please, please, please start adding those in. Please do. And I know a lot of you are thinking, I can do this myself. And you can, you really can. There is magic in third-party validation. And it's kind of like one of those things where, with our kids, how often do we preach something over and over and over to our kids about anything? It can be about anything. We can tell them, if you just do this, if you just do this, and then they'll be with a friend and they'll come home and be like, Mom, you're not going to believe what my friend told me. And I'm sitting there going, okay, I've told you that 100 times, but I'm glad she finally got through to you. That's third-party validation. So use it, it works, and it's effective. And in return, you will most likely end up with some sort of a business builder. The fifth step in this is to get them to silver. And not every VIP you sign up is going to get to silver, but every VIP you sign up, it should be your goal to get them to silver, no matter what they say. Don't ever sign up a VIP without the goal of getting them to silver. I feel like we've, as a team, and I'm going to take responsibility for this off the get-go, I feel like we have made that mistake for far too long. We have signed it up and we're waiting for our newest silver to come to us. We're waiting for someone to come to us, and it is not their job. It is your job to help create a silver out of them. So you have to ask the magic question. You have to ask them, who do you know that would want to do this with you? When they say, oh, I think my husband's interested in the reset, then I'm going to say, okay, well, then have him sign up under you. And do y'all know a couple other people that would want to do it with you? Because it's so much more fun when you do it together. You are going to develop them into a silver without them ever knowing that they're going silver. Remember, I know we've preached this a ton, but never use business lingo. Never use business lingo with a brand new person. Don't use the word silver. Don't use the word upline. Don't use the word, even like things like sponsor and level 1 for sure. And for sure, don't talk about all your legs, because then they just think you're a freak. When you're like, well, I've got 3 legs, please don't do that. Or if you say, I just got 1 leg, then they're going to be really confused. So do not use business lingo with them. The other thing, someone mentioned retention. Get someone there's 2 things. I'm going to tell you the 2 magic tricks to get people to stick around. There are 2, and you have to do one of them before you ever sign them up. If you are not getting your new person to commit to 90 days, then that's your problem. Do you have to hold them every month? You're like, you said 90 days. You don't have to be ugly about it, but I would say, hey, Steph, hey, I know I recognize you just turned off your subscription. Can we talk about it? Because you told me you were going to give it 90 days. And, I mentioned this is not overnight healing. People take time. If you can get someone on the products for 90 days, the statistics show then they're it's crazy percentage high. I can't remember the number, but it's crazy high that they will stay with you for a full year or longer. So give them to give you that commitment. I sign no one if they're not willing to commit to me to 90 days. I just don't. I feel like I'm gypping them off. I feel like it's a ripoff to them if they're not willing to commit to 90 days. The second thing for retention is getting them to silver. So again, we need to step back. I think as a team, we need to step back and think, what am I doing? Am I getting in such a rush to sign new VIPs, which my gosh, I love it too, y'all. We all love it and we have to keep doing it. But am I doing all the steps necessary to make my team be successful, my business be successful, and to help my new person be successful? So if I want them to be successful, I have to do all the things. I have to get that commitment out of them, and I'm going to turn them into a silver before they ever know it. They are not going to even realize they're doing it. And again, I'm speaking as, somebody who, has helped to lead this team. It's been a downfall of mine. I am not getting my new people to silver like I should. So I think as a team, it needs to be something that we celebrate really, really big when we get a new person to silver. I think as a team, it needs to be at the forefront of our minds. I want you to just think all of the new people that we joined last month. A lot of you had a lot of new people join last month. If you only got half of them to silver, think of it if you only got a fourth of them to silver. What would that look like for your business? How would that grow your team points? So we think of it as a business way. We constantly think of silver, add 3, silver, add 3. Stop thinking of it that way and just think of, I want to help them by getting some people they know to join them. And when you do that, you get them to silver and they're going to stick with you longer. So that's our 5 steps. Let me look at a few of the questions here. Melissa, how do you respond to someone who would rather take product credits over converting to brand ambassador? Just had this happen. My newest girl, I believe. One, I don't really mention product credits. Okay, so this is the wording I use, and I can share this. I say, if your husband joins you, this is how much money you're going to make. But if you can think of 2 more people that might want to do this with you, then you're going to make over $300, and now you're going to earn free tennis shoes. So you're going to want to take the cash. I just make the cash sound a whole lot more exciting. Who doesn't want cash? So you've got to, okay, she got the email. It was worded that way. Yeah, I get to them before they get the email gets to them. So I'm talking to her before she's ever signed her first person, and she doesn't even know she's signing anyone because I'm not using that verbiage, but I tell her that before it ever comes. So when the email comes, she's going to say, Jana told me to take the cash because I'm going to get 2 more people to do this with me and my husband. So you got to plant that seed from the get-go. All right. So before she's even signed anybody and she's just talking about it, or you're talking to her about it, you got to do that first of all. And secondly, your goal is to get them to silver. So we all know it's a whole lot better deal to get them to take cash. They're going to want cash over product credit if they're going to go silver, right? Obviously, they're going to get the bonus. They're going to get all of that. So part of it is it's a transformation in our thinking. We have done this for so long a certain way that we've got to transform how we're thinking, and our thoughts should be silver, 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 silver. We have to get our people to silver. And so when you're thinking that way, you're not even thinking about product credit, and you have planted the seed over and over to get 3 friends to do this with them. So that's how that's honestly like my goal, is to get them to silver. So I'm going to transform how they're thinking. So they're not going to want product credit. And if they choose product credit and they sign up somebody else, they can go back and do that over again.
Jana, can I say something real quick?
Yes. And that's the other thing, Stephanie, like Stephanie just commented, the biggest thing is they only get that product credit one time. You guys realize that, right? So say that even if all they ever do is sign their husband, but their husband decides to order the next month, it's still a whole lot better to take the cash, So, they're going to really miss out on that if they don't take the cash. I love Sundee said, instead of sponsor, use my friend. Yes, definitely use that.
Can I say something real
What do you
quick?
say when you want to add them to a 3-way call? I just literally tell them, okay, so Jasmine was the last girl I just signed up, and I said, hey, Jasmine, so the next thing I want to do is get you on a 3-way call with my friend, and we just want to talk about your products. I don't even ask. You guys, so much of this business is about not asking. It's about just saying, basically leading them. And when you lead someone, you don't ask, you just lead. You say, this is our next step. So be bold and brave in doing that. You don't have to be timid and shy and just say, oh, okay, well, Jasmine, would you like to get on a 3-way call? Heck no, she's not going to get a 3-way call with a stranger. She's not going to do it. You just have to tell her, hey, I want to get on a call with my friend, and I just want to, go over your products that you're about to get. That's it. That's all you got to do.
Jana, can you hear me?
All right. I think this kind of covers pretty
Jana,
much
can you hear
everything
me?
there. Yes, Sundee.
I'm
They
in,
are
Jana.
looking to you for guidance. I think of my new VIPs, and I don't mean this in a negative way. I really don't mean this in a negative way, but they're kind of my children. They're my new Plexus children, and I'm leading them. And they don't know what they don't know. And I have got to, my computer is turned up. I don't hear anybody. Everybody's like,
Can you hear me right now?
oh, I can now.
Oh, okay. Sundee had something earlier that she wanted to share, but you couldn't hear any of it.
I couldn't hear anybody. I don't know why I couldn't hear anybody. I'm sorry.
That happened a couple of weeks ago to one of either
know.
me or Sundee, one of us. I don't remember. Sundee, go ahead.
Well, I was typing it into the text. Is I know that a lot of you, maybe you're new, or maybe you've wherever you are in your journey, maybe you don't see yourself as the expert. You're looking at us, and I definitely don't even see myself as an expert, and I'm a diamond ambassador. But you might be looking at Jana and Amber and Steph and myself and like, oh, they're the experts. Your new person is looking to you the same way. They're looking at you and thinking, they're going to do whatever you recommend. And I'm going to give my own personal experience. When I first joined, Alicia talked me into buying the double welcome pack. Back then, this is like 9 years ago. And it was way more than I could afford, but this is what she was guiding me to do. She said, buy the double welcome pack, and your goal in the next month is to sell that other welcome pack and sell the samples that come into the welcome pack. And that's what I did to help cover the cost of my product. But I listened to her because I thought she was the expert. So your people are going to look to you as you are the expert, even when you don't feel like you are the expert. But if you sound like you know what you're talking about, they will listen to you. I promise.
Well, and Sundee, you did the same exact thing for me. So Sundee was relatively new to the Plexus world, but I just thought she knew everything there was to know about it when I joined. And so Sundee told me, well, Jana, you don't, at the time, remember, everything's changed a little bit since then. But at the time, she's like, you don't want to be a customer. You want to go ahead and upgrade to an ambassador. You can't do that now. For those of you that are kind of, I know there's a few of you that took a little Plexus break in your back, and maybe you don't understand that. Ask your upline. But back then, that's what you did. And she's like, it's going to be a whole lot cheaper. And I'm like, well, okay, if Sundee said to do it, that's what I'm going to do. So Terry posted that people really do love to be told. I can't remember now, I can't find it, but they love to basically be told what to do as long as you're kind. And that could not be more true. You don't want to be bossy or unkind of like, You got to do it. Go do this right now. And if they say no, it's okay too. They are adults. They're adults. So it's okay to take a no. You don't have to be bossy with them. But I do think of my new VIP. They're my new Plexus children, and I'm going to guide them down the path that really is best for them. And I've said this before, the thing I love, well, I love so much about Plexus, but one of the things I love about Plexus in my almost 10 years with them, they always set things up to where it is the best thing for me and the best thing for them. So I can very, very confidently look at my new VIP and say, listen, it's a better deal for you to take the cash. Like, you're going to want to take the cash. It's better for me, but it's much better for them. Sundee was right when she said, you don't want to be a customer. You want to be an ambassador. Better deal for her, but better deal for me too. So Plexus always does that. So you don't have to be, you don't have to worry about what you're going to say, or, that you don't have to feel like, oh, but this is only going to benefit me. It's not, it's going to benefit them as well. So, yeah. Did you want to say something, Amber?
I was just going to say, then once they do what you're guiding them to do, make sure you're still holding up your end of the bargain, to guide them through everything, to help them. Like if excuse me, you guys, if they bought a little bit bigger of a welcome pack, but you talk to them about getting 3 people and getting products paid for, make sure you're holding up your end of the bargain on that to help them with that. That's only going to benefit you and them. They're going to go silver. You're going to have a level 1 silver. And it's nice to keep your word to people.
And it's goes back to that customer care post that Stephanie posted this week. That was so good. If you guys aren't doing that, once they become your product, become your new VIP and they've got their product, then you have to roll them over into customer care. And Stephanie made a great post this week about we're just kind of starting that process with everybody. So I feel like there's several things as a team, as a whole, and we all do things a little differently. But one, we need to rethink our thinking around our new VIPs going silver. Every one of them, it should be our goal to get them to silver. No exceptions. I don't care if they're 18 or 98. I don't care. Our goal should be get them to silver. I need to mention this, not by me putting people under them. That is not how you get someone to silver. I have a long story behind this, but basically in a previous network marketing company, this happened to me. And I will tell you this. It's actually, you think you're doing a good thing. If I have somebody interested and I'm like, I'm going to go help Amber out and put this under this person, it actually ends up being deflating to Amber, because Amber sits back and goes, Jana doesn't think I can do this. She may not realize that at first. At first, she may be excited, but then she's going to go, Jana doesn't think I can do this. She's putting people under me. And then she's going to go, maybe I can't do this. Maybe I don't have anybody I can sign. And you've just lost it. Do not do that. And I say that, and I don't know that anybody on here is doing that. I'm just saying, I've seen it happen. It never ends well. You want to get them to want to tell other people about the products. That's why the magic question is so powerful. So I want to mention that as well, because it does happen. Yeah, Sundee, you create entitlement. Ooh, I've seen that one before too. Yeah. And it doesn't end well. You do not end up with a new, you might end up with a silver, but you're not going to end up with a new gold ambassador or above. You're just not going to. So I would not encourage you to do that at all. Anyway, well, that's the end of my training. I'm excited. If you guys have questions, again, we're going to break these 5 steps down over the next few days. So, I just want you guys, again, just to rethink silver, rethink those 3-way welcome calls, and start really rethinking your customer care. And we're going to talk more about that too. That's really step 6. We didn't really talk about that, but that becomes step 6, is your customer care. So we're going to break that down a little bit more. But all right, now the part you guys all got on here for. We're excited, you guys. Sundee, do you want to talk? Steph, Amber? I don't know. I know we all want to brag on our teams a little bit when it gets
I just want to say, this is why you get points for being on a team call, because we have really good stuff on these calls. So remember that. down the road when we're maybe not giving you a tracker sheet and the contest is over, right? Remember these team calls. This was so great, Janet. You get so much great information out of them. And we're going to be doing a lot more awesome trainings, even when it's a book. Ayo, it's still really good.
It's cracked me up about the book because a few of you didn't start reading the book until the last week or two, and you're like, "Oh, I should have been reading that all along." We're like, "Well, yes, you should have." So those books, we do those for a reason too. And you guys, I think I love when we bring guests on here, and we actually have some guests planned for the next, over in the future. We have some guests planned. But I want to tell you, I feel like there's nothing like learning from your peers, from learning from your sidelines. And that's who we are to each other, because we know each other's businesses. I don't mean business like our personal business, but our actual businesses better than anyone else. So when I say like, hey, as a team, we're not doing this, then I mean, as a team, we got to be developing more silvers. As a team, we got to be doing these 3-way calls, and we've got to be offering better customer care. So there's just like, I think over the next few weeks, Steph and Amber and Sundee is going to be speaking, and you guys, you're going to want to be on here. They know their teams, they know you guys, and they know what we need better than bringing in an outside stranger who I love learning from as well. But don't miss these calls and get your people on them. Get your people on these calls. I think they're just really powerful for us to be here together
tonight. Gina, I love all the things that you went over tonight. It was amazing. Y'all, when Jana and I first started, we didn't have all this. We had no systems. I feel so bad for Jana and Tracy. I know Tracy's on the call. Those are my 2 level ones on the call tonight. And y'all, listen, when I first joined, I had not a clue what I was doing. But at least I was honest with them and told them, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's learn together. But y'all don't have to go through that hard time. Jana has laid it all out for you to make it simple for y'all. If you can get plugged in and just start following the systems. I can tell by the growth of the team, I can feel momentum, but even my own little team that I have here, the growth, the ones that have the high points are the ones that are following those tracker and listening to what is being said tonight. It's been awesome. Steph, you want to say something too?
Way to put me on the spot. I love that. I really don't.
It's her favorite.
When I'm not prepared. No. Yeah. So since this has all started, it's really opened my eyes to things I really need to learn and things that I have been struggling with in my own business and with my team. And I'm thankful for that. I mean, it kind of stinks too at the same time, but I am thankful for it, to have my eyes open to know, like I was telling the girls, I've been praying about, Lord, just help me to be the leader my team needs. In what ways do I need to do better? And that's hard because he puts you in your place. And I'm just so proud of my team and Jana's and Amber's and Sundee's, because, we talk on the sidelines in the background and just talking about our teams. And it's just so neat to just see your growth, just see where you are stepping out in effort, in new efforts, out of your comfort zone. And that's what this is about effort. And putting forth an effort in something different, something new, something that's going to get you more towards your goal. And, like this whole thing about trying, working better to get people silver, right? We're helping them get their product paid for. That's what silver is. That's what I had to have when I first started. Otherwise, I couldn't continue my products. And I know that's a need for most people. And so even if you look at it that way, we're going to help them. They need those 3 people to continue their products, to stay on track, to help them even more, not just financially, which that's a blessing all in itself, but even just with their health. And I just I'm seeing it with, my team gradually, and with all their teams too, with all of you guys, getting somebody to get 3 people to join them doesn't seem like so hard like it used to. I don't know if it's the same for you, but I'm kind of seeing it that way. And I'm really excited about it. So anyway, so I want to share.
I love that. And that's going to be our key, guys. That's how you're going to get to the next rank. That's how you're going to become a jewel. Like, I was talking to the girls about taking the mystery out of going emerald. There's really not a mystery to it. There's not a secret to it. It's doing these steps over and over and over. And you guys, the more you do them, the more you'll perfect them, the better you'll get at it. And it'll just become old hat to you, but it will work. So I love that stuff. And you are such a great leader. Everybody on here, like, I'm just looking around at all these people and such great leaders on this team. Oh, Stephanie. Well, Marla, I think in that case, Marla said, somebody she had last month is retired and loaded and has no desire to get her products paid for. I think there's a time and a place, definitely, when you're talking to someone. I've heard a couple different magic questions, and one of them is like, one of them, I think it's Kim McCloskey, who did a call for us, who, if you've never listened to her call, you've got to go listen to her call. It's somewhere on the Building Freedom page. Just search for her name. But she uses the phrase, I'm not for sure what your financial situation looks like, but I really want you to stay on these products for 90 days. So if I were able to help you get your products paid for, would that help you stay on your products? That sounded long and wordy, but it was something similar to that. So I love that wording. But when you come up to somebody like that, that's when you say, hey, if you love these products, will you share? So Marla, that's when I would go back to her and be like, well, okay, yeah, I know you don't need your products paid for. That's great. But hey, if you love them, do you think you would share? Like, do you think you would share with other people? And see what she says. Like, most people are going to say yes. So.
Well, and finding everybody's different, Marla, finding, they might not personally want, I don't need the money. That might be what they're thinking, or might be what you are thinking for them. But maybe if you help them see that there's other people around them that need plexus, whether it's the product itself, or maybe, do they have a daughter that's getting ready to have a baby, and that daughter might want to stay at home with the baby, or opening their eyes to seeing the world around them of how they maybe can help other people. Kind of thing. Sometimes that helps as well. And it's going to take a little bit of time, maybe to find out what that is. Cause it might not, like you said, it might not be money for them. You've got to find out. And plus, if they're retired, everybody I'm in my 50s. So everybody, me and older, we've got to be on plexus. So all of her little friends need to be on plexus, because everybody's got gut health issues. And my dad is 82 and takes all the products. In fact, just yesterday he was like, Sundee, I'm running out of collagen. And I was like, I'll get you some. But he has orders that come to him, but he also just calls me and says, can you magically appear at his house? So yes, there's some products that magically appear at his house. Collagen is one of them. And he was blaming it on my sister who's over there. He was like, your sister keeps using all my stuff. You need to make sure I get more stuff here. Yes, Dad, I'll make sure you get. But my dad's 82, takes all of it. Takes Active every day, doesn't miss his collagen. He takes Edge every day, takes the triplex, takes all the things.
I love what Stephanie said too. Sometimes people, this could be her new purpose and new, a community. So many people who are loaded are lonely. So she may need the community. She may need the friendship, and she may need a purpose. A lot of people retired like that don't need to worry about money. They don't feel like they have a purpose. So you're going to have to figure it out. What is for Ashley to sit, or maybe she's competitive. Like, there's so many things that can drive people. You guys, we know doctors, we know all of us. I think any of us that been in any time, we know very wealthy people that do this as a business, and they've done it for a variety of reasons. It wasn't necessarily because of money. And so it may have ended up replacing their income. They may have retired from being a doctor. We actually know several of those people, and this is what they do now. So they may not, you don't want to say that in the beginning, because they would be like, whoa, like, heck no, but it does happen. So I love that.
Well,
There's so many things.
Thing. Jana,
Yeah.
I had no idea Jana was competitive. I've known Jana forever. Like literally, we need to figure out how many years that is that I've known you, Jana. And I mean forever.
Since I was in 5th grade.
I had no idea. I just thought sweet little Jana. She's so sweet. I had no idea she was competitive. None. I mean, I had no idea.
I'm very competitive too. I have to back off sometimes.
She's competitive at things that she knows she can win. Like she's not really super competitive. We weren't competitive growing up, like playing basketball or stuff like
No.
that. But like a board game or
I know my talent, y'all. I know what I can win at.
anything like
I know
that, she
myself.
gets super competitive, and it's
That's called smart competition. I'm not going to go in if I can't win.
it's very true.
I'm
very
willing
true.
to learn. I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to practice and become better. But basketball, I wouldn't get no better at basketball. So,
All right. Who wants to know who won? Talking about competitiveness and contests.
Nah,
Yes.
let's skip that part. We'll do it next time. Y'all want to be done with the call? Let's just hang up.
No, tell us who won.
I'm kidding. Wait, who's doing it? Am I telling it?
no, we're going to do it like we've been doing it, aren't we?
Okay. So we take our moment of silence.
Wait, I need to look.
I think
to
we're
see where
silent and then one of us speaks.
Okay.
Okay. All right. It's Legacy Builders. We were in 4th place this week, which is very good. It's not first. We'll get there. Don't worry. Like that's just going to make first that much sweeter. So guys, we blew it out of the park today. I mean, seriously had 4 of you guys over 1,000 points. And that was like a goal that we talked about last week. Like, was that even possible? And 4 of you guys did it. And a couple of you guys were so stinking close. And I saw so much growth in pretty much almost all of you. Some of you had life circumstances. That's fine. It happens. But the majority, I mean, it's growth. And that's what we're looking for. Effort makes progress. And I am just so proud of my team. So our top 4 was Dawn Hill at 1415. And I don't think she's on the call tonight. I don't think she was able to make it. If you are, let me know, Dawn. Second was Sue McCain, Sue, 1330, and Lexi Kellner at 1250. So awesome. And then Jeannie Giddings at 1065. Like that. Absolutely amazing. You guys just seriously blow me away. Are we having one of the leaders talk? Are we doing that this call?
Yes.
Okay. So since Dawn isn't here, Sue, do you mind? And I don't know if Lexi can. So I might let Lexi talk this week if she can. Otherwise, Lexi, are you still on or able to talk?
Maybe very quickly. We're kind of in the middle of bedtime, but what?
Yay!
Hi, friends.
Do you have a tip or something that's been helping you? Honestly, just something little that you might feel led to share.
How did you get over 1,000, Lexi? Share.
I signed 2 VIP customers. That was very, very helpful. Okay, put your pull-up on. And the power hours have been incredible. I am hosting one in the mornings 5 days a week. So that definitely helps because I'm knocking out those power hour credits. Now that I'm on the spot, I don't even remember where the rest of my credits came from. I had multiple people who didn't order in August. Yes, honey. Good night. I love you so much. I had 5 who didn't order in August order at least 50 PV last month. So that was huge too. But really just, I feel like doing the things, I have lots of extra drive right now and motivation after being left home from Hawaii, like I'm sure a lot of my friends on this call do. So that has been very, very fueling, and taking on the perspective that I'm going to be in Hawaii next year, but it's not going to just happen. It's going to take work. And I want that work to be now. Dylan and I had kind of a serious little conversation that we're gonna work hard right now. And we're gonna get there, and then we're gonna work really hard to have multiple people on our team there with us as well. So that's gonna take my work right now and paving the way and figuring out what's working and what's not working, and not being afraid to throw up a silly reel or put the posts out there that it feels like everybody's doing, but posting it anyway and seeing what is getting traction and what's not. I will be right there. Yeah, so that's from my really on the spot, which also is fun. That's what I got, I think.
Let's see,
Anything
that's awesome. And y'all, seriously, those of you who are Ruby or senior Ruby on the call tonight, maybe even some senior goals, your goal should not be to make it to Hawaii. Your goal should be to bring people with you next year. And if you can figure out that, you're there. Or I should say Mexico. You're there.
Yeah, I was gonna say don't go to Hawaii next year because we'll all be in Mexico. You can
Mexico.
go, but someone should
But
probably
if
let
you
Lexi know that
bring
we won't be
people
there.
with you, that's guaranteed you in. So, okay, next person. Okay, it's me. My team came in third. I'm so proud of them though, y'all. Just like everybody else, we had like one of the biggest weeks. We had somebody over 1,000 points as well. I'm so proud. Y'all, seriously, we went all this time with, can anybody get over 1,000? And then bam, it's like every team got somebody over 1,000. I'm so proud of them. Let me brag on my team real quick. I was taking a few quick notes real quick. My team on their, not their points for the tracker, but for your Plexus points, okay? Your regular, how you get paid, those points. Y'all, they grew by almost 100 points this week. I'm so proud of them. And Christiana doubled her points from August to September. So proud of her. And Cheryl grew by 29 points. Y'all, that's huge. I'm so proud of her. But then also something else for my team. We added 2 new members to this group, to the team. I'm so proud. So my little team has gone from 13 to 15. Woo! I'm so excited. And I don't know if they're on the call, but I think they are. But Jenny and Anna Marie, welcome to the fun group that we have going on. So excited that y'all are here. And my top 3, Marla came in third. So proud of Marla, and Cheryl came in second, and Christiana came in first with 1260. So are you on here? You want to talk and tell us what you did this week and any tip that you have?
Yeah, I'm on. So first I'm kind of bummed we got third, but it's okay. It's okay. So like we were talking about today in our coaching, I added 4 people this month. I've had maybe one person the entire summer join me. So this was huge for me. And you guys, guess what? It was because of the ATM method. And if you're not using it, because I was not using it, you need to use it. I signed up 4 people, and I'm like in a day. Like it wasn't, I've been working on this person for a year or a month. No, it was, I reached out to a person, tagged them, messaged them, they signed up that day. So it's powerful and it's awesome. So that was the biggest help to me. And then one lady, I was working on helping her reach silver, and kind of like we talked about earlier too, I didn't talk to her about, if you go silver, you're going to do this and pay for your products and blah, 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 and scare her away. I just had her post. She actually kind of did that on her own because I had added her to the reset group, and I tagged her in a couple of posts that had the challenges, and she was posting faster than I could even keep up with. So I was commenting, I was looking at who was liking her posts. I asked her if she had any family or close friends that would be willing to, do it with her. I didn't say, that could help you, whatever, but I was like, that want to do it alongside you. And we reached out to them and helped her sign them up. And I think that just helped too, because I haven't had anybody that's really willing to be a builder for me. And I think just getting them to realize, and she even told me that she's like, wow, I didn't like even think about this, but this is so awesome that I'm helping other people. She's like, I didn't even think about that, but if I'm helping other people, woohoo, like yay me. So just showing her and giving them that little bit of, wow, I'm helping someone else. This feels good. Like, I want to keep doing this. Not necessarily, and like Jana was saying, don't just give them people, because they're not going to see the worth in that. And then they're not going to feel like they did anything. But, if it's people that they know and their family that they care about, they're going to really feel that personal connection and really just be drawn in. So, and then along with that, I like what Stephanie said when for me, if I don't make enough money to cover the cost of my products, I can't afford it. Like I'm a teacher, you guys. I do not make a lot of money. So I have to work this business to be able to pay for my products because I love them and I rely on them and I need them. And, with that whole 90-day guarantee thing, just keeping that mindset of, okay, I'm gonna, do everything in my power, help them to reach this goal so that they will stay with me, because I have the hardest time with retention. Like Marla knows, she's seen my back office, like it's hard. But anyways, so, I never talked to her about, I didn't use the lingo, but ATM method and just helping her see the worth in helping other people. So.
Can I say something before we announce third or second place? Christine, I'm not sure how to say your name, Christiana. I want to say something too about the ATM method. The ATM method actually ends up helping with retention. I know we've talked about that a lot, but part of it is because you've kind of front loaded them with information and you've given them a little bit of third-party validation through testimonies, and it actually ends up helping with retention. So I love that. And I have a question. When she mentioned, you guys, you've got to use the ATM method, how many of you, be honest, after you listen to my whole spiel on the ATM method and my training on the ATM method, when she said it, how many of you said, all right, I got to go find out more about this ATM method? Raise your hand. Do not lie. God is watching. All right. Third-party validation. She just validated everything I've been telling you all this time. Third-party validation works, but do not be bummed. I want you guys to know that came in, fourth and third place. Had you been doing all you've been doing this past week, a few months ago, before we ever started this group, you would have blown first place points out of the water. Like you would have. So please don't be bummed. Your team is growing and you are doing an amazing, amazing job. So, all right. I just had to say that because like when she said it, I was like, yes, I just got some third-party validation.
Christiana, aren't you just the cutest thing ever? You're so cute. I'm so proud of you. Also forgot to mention that I had 2 of my team members that I know of that were at Gold School this past weekend. So I'm so proud of them. And I forgot to get a tally on who actually earned the watch or whatever. But anyway, just wanted to, if y'all earned the watch, put it in the comments so we can see who all earned it. All right, second place. Y'all need to start talking.
All right, it's me. We came in second. So I know you guys, the other teams all rejoicing. So you're not going to hear a word I say, but try to focus. Everybody focus for just a minute. Put your blinders on because you're already getting that bracelet. You're already going to get it. It's going to be cute on you. And I know, but listen for just a minute. All right. I am so proud of my team. It was very close. It all actually, when the four of us were talking, returning points, it was actually all very close. It really ended up being very close. So I need you to know that, like, but there has to be a winner, this is not upwards where everybody's a winner. This is real life. So only one team gets the bracelet. But I'm so proud of my team. We worked so hard this week. Our team chat was hopping. It's exciting. Everybody is just killing it. I mean, honestly, like we are just like workers are coming out of the woodwork, and it is so fun. And as I was thinking through my team, something Lexi said about, we're working towards Hawaii. And I want you guys to remember, while week after week, you're working towards first place, but you really should make sure you always have that bigger goal, and that's going to make the blow to not winning a bracelet, like feel like, who cares? I didn't win a bracelet. I'm going to Mexico next year, right? Who cares about the bracelet? I'll buy you a bracelet in Mexico. Okay. If you get there, I'll buy you a bracelet. So I just want you to remember that. And I also want you to remember that just like, you hear your summer body's built in December. So some of you are gun ho right now because you got left home from Hawaii. Your Emerald trip is built in December. So don't forget that as we go into the next few months, Emerald is built in December. It's not built the month after you get home, and it's sure as heck not built in July. So Emerald is built in December. But I'm so proud of my team because several of them are going to be in Mexico with me next year. I actually have no doubt about that. And so I want to recognize the top 4 people because all 4 of these people hit over 1,000 points, and they worked so hard, and it was so fun watching them do what they did. So 4th place is Terry Bowling. Terry Bowling came in 4th place with 1,090 points. Terry's rocking it, like really genuinely, like it's fun to watch Terry. Terry is one to watch out for. 3rd place is my level 1, who took a very long break from Plexus and is back, y'all. She's back. Melody Stevens. And I think she's on here somewhere. Melody is back, and like her business points wise, Plexus points, not contest points, but Plexus points, she grew over 1,000%, over 1,000% in her Plexus points in 1 month. Melody is the second one to watch out for. She came in at 1,280 points. In second place, oh no, I said that wrong. 3rd place, let me go back. 3rd place is actually Casey Morales. They were only apart by 60 points, and I couldn't read. I need some glasses. So Casey was 1,220. Casey actually just went gold a couple months ago. She was supposed to be at gold school, but Casey lives in Florida. As you know, that got canceled. So we will go to the next gold school. But Casey is killing it. She is well on her way to senior gold. Like any month, she's going to hit senior gold. Okay. So Casey was 3rd. Melody was 2nd place. Melody is making a comeback. So some of you that you're like, I've taken this long break, and you guys know the comeback is often harder than starting in the first place. Like it really genuinely is. Don't make it harder. Just come back. Like it's that easy. Just come back. Just get back to doing what you know you're supposed to do. You don't need to say anything. You don't need to apologize for being gone or make any excuses. You're just back to work. So that is Melody. She is back. She did grow her business by over 100%. And then my first place point tracker point earner is Amber Kidd at 1,875 tracker points. So Amber, we're so proud of you. Would you like to say something?
Of course, I always want to talk. So one thing that really helped me with the tracker points, I think this week, was, and I didn't even know about it until very last minute because I had the wrong tracker sheet, y'all. And so the reach out to level 1s and offer customer service, like I have 50 level 1s I reach out to every single month. So that was on there. And then the other one that was on there that was huge was have a past customer who didn't order come back and order again. I had 7 of those. So that was really, really huge for me. And the power hours, I am making a whole lot more reels. I found an easier way to do them. I am prepping. Sundays is my day to prep for reels, and I save them as a draft. And every single day I have a new one. So it's like already done on Sunday, and it takes the guesswork out of it for me. But then the other thing is I added one new VIP, and I did develop a new level 1 silver. And other than that, I did win the watch. So that was another 100 points. So yeah, just added up really quickly. I'm an overachiever and do everything with 150% of my heart and soul, and just want to get people involved in this. And I think it's just been a great way for, and for us who are competitive, hint, Jana, we, I think this is just a great way for the competitive people out there in my life that's on my team. I think it's just a great way to get them involved in Plexus, period, because this is just an amazing little contest. Like, it's just been fun and exciting, and you have something to do every day, and you're not sitting there looking at your computer or your phone thinking, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And so I think it took the guesswork out of work. And so it was really, it was just really, I just really have enjoyed this contest. But I will say, I think really in the last few months, just the most valuable thing to me in my business is the power hours. They have been super crucial. Not only do they build my belief, especially the days where you're like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. I want to throw in the towel or whatever. You hop on your power hour with your leader and you're just rocking it. And you're like, oh, I'm back on board. And so it's just constantly building you up. And I just think the power hours are amazing. I love your ATM method. I do the ATM method and I did it this week on Building Freedom, and I actually added a new builder to our team. So I'm super pumped about that. So that's all I got. Thanks, Jana.
You're doing great, Amber. I'm so proud of you. And so many of you have added new people to our group. So that's really exciting. If you've got a new worker, if you got a new silver, get them in our Building Freedom and add them to your chat. Plug them in. They're going to enjoy this.
One thing about getting first is your thunder kind of gets stolen a little bit. But yeah, we came in first place. Whoa. I'm so proud of my team, like all the other ladies have said. And I want you guys to know that when we talk behind the scenes, like, we're so excited for this entire group. Yeah, we have a little bit of friendly competition between the four of us, but we want this entire group to succeed and to do well. And we came in first, so that's cool. But I'm so proud of my team, and I'm gonna give a quick shout out to a few of my top earners, so stick with me. Liz Aldridge had 875 points. Melissa Dills had 980, so close to 1,000. Tracy Jackman had 1105. Terry Paxton had 1420. Lynn Scarborough had 1725. I'm going fast because I know we've run over. Karen Holter had 2,300 points. And Victoria Furman had 2,555 points. Now, Victoria's not on this call. She has a Bible study tonight, but I have her tracker in front of me, and then I'm going to ask Karen to say a few quick words. 1,250 of her points came from her reaching out to her previous customers and talking to them about Plexus, primarily about reset. It's a whole new ball game, you guys. She got 4 new level 1 VIPs. She got her Apple Watch and did several other things on here, but I wanted to tell you guys a huge chunk of her points came from reaching out to people. Victoria, she's got a team. She's been around in Plexus for a little bit, So she reached out to people that haven't even been with her in forever to tell them about Reset. So I want to encourage you guys to do that. Karen was our top point earner last week, but I think, was it last week you were working at a concession stand and couldn't get on? Which I absolutely love that. But she had 2,300 points this week. Karen, tell us a little bit of what you did this week to get your points.
I always just say, like, I don't ever shut up. But I think that having the tracker and really, like, I'm a checklist person. The tracker's a checklist. Did I do it? Did I do it? Did I do it? Did I do it? And the power hours. And I said it earlier today, I think in our little team chat there, but I really feel that for me, for all of us, like this whole contest thing was just divinely timed. I mean, this September, so many of those people that joined me in the first week were people I had been talking to. Some of them were teachers from May who said, when our paychecks start again, then I'll do it. So it was just, I don't feel like really it was anything really special that I was doing, except that I just don't stop sharing. I don't stop talking. And I just, just kind of put it in God's hands. And of course, I'm highly competitive, highly. I've been an athlete and I coach and I don't want to lose. So there's
and I'm pretty sure at the end of October, we will be celebrating a new senior gold right here with Miss Karen. So I do believe we will. So that's
the plan.
A big goal she's pushing for. Karen, I am so proud of you. I know all that you have going on in your life, and you are someone who could easily make an I don't have time excuse, and you don't do that, and super duper proud of you.
Thank you.
So, all right. Anybody else? Jana, Sundee, Stephanie, y'all have anything else you want to add?
Y'all, this is anybody's game for next week. Did you see that I posted that there was only, 20 something points between first and second? Y'all, this is anybody's game. So don't look at it like, oh my gosh, Amber won again. I mean,
and my team don't look at it like, oh, we got this and we can kick back and put our feet up. We gotta
listen right now.
No, we gotta put the pedal to the metal here. So,
but y'all, the points were so close all over the board. Okay, so don't think of it as y'all lost or whatever. Y'all, it was really, really close this week. So what I'm saying is look at your tracker, see where you can improve what you're doing. What do you want to do more of? Are you already adding people to the ATM method? Are you doing the power hours? Are you listening to what the top people are saying on what they're doing? Are you doing those things? And that is what you need to be adding to your tracker. Post in your groups, your group chats, like, what do you want? Let your team know right now. What are you going to do this week that you have not been already doing? What are you going to do to improve this week? Let your team know so they can hold yourself accountable for it and that we can cheer you on along the way. Jana, what do you want to add?
Yeah, I just want to add, like, think about it this way, like, and honestly, Sundee wasn't too far behind and neither was Steph. If everyone on my team had literally just averaged 25 points more, if everybody had just reported 25 points more, we would have won. And honestly, like Sundee and Stephanie wasn't that far behind. So when you're looking at that tracker this week, like, think about your last week's few points and think, how can I just get 25 more tracker points? How can I get 50? It's easy. It's not hard. How can I just bump those up? And we've set this up so it's anybody's game. I know it's not seeming that way right now because Amber's won 3 out of the 4, but I promise.
Hey, I can't help it that I have the best team. I can't help it.
I'm telling you, the tide could turn really
I
quickly.
wanted to point out something that Ashley said over here. If you grew your business at all this past week, you win too. Truly, this is helping everyone, regardless of who wins. I'm so grateful. Now she is on the winning team, but she's so true. Like, this is helping all of us grow our businesses. And so imagine if you're sitting there, and I know that there may be someone who's very competitive and you're bummed that you weren't first place. But think about if you didn't do the contest this week, if you didn't do the tracker, right? You've grown your business by that much. So anyway.
And just keep your eye on the big prize. Like, we are competitive. A lot of us are competitive, and we will do anything for, a bag of Kona coffee. Like, really? Then keep your eye on the big prize. And some of you may, well, hopefully every team will win. We want every team to have a chance to win. Like, genuinely, I want to see every team win. But even if you're on a team that never wins, you can still be in Mexico next year doing what you're doing. And then you're going to look back at all those people who are running around home with their bracelet on saying, well, I'm in Mexico. So keep your eye on the big prize. And
hopefully people with the bracelet on will be in Mexico too.
I hope so too.
Hopefully.
There's
yes,
a new tracker. Those asking about the tracker. There will be a new one because there's we're going to switch out the Apple Watch for the new shoes. We're going to probably add 3-way calls in there. And what we do each week, y'all, the 4 of us, the 4 team leaders get together and we brainstorm, like, how can we make this better? How can we improve? How can we do? So we're probably going to add a few things because we want y'all to succeed. We want you in Mexico with us. And so we're putting things in there, y'all. And I'm like Jana and Amber both were saying, if you are doing the things on the tracker, you should be seeing a momentum in your business start to go. You should be seeing it. You should feel it. I feel it for my team, y'all. It's amazing. But you should see the growth if you're doing the things. If you're not seeing growth in your business, look at that tracker. What are you missing? What are you not doing that you're hearing the top people get each week?
Yeah, when you open the tracker, it will open it as a Word document, but you should be able to save it as a PDF to get it to print. And then I also always post a screenshot. So it's just the way that Facebook uploads their files. And negative 100 points to whoever asked me for this call to be posted before noon tomorrow. No, I'm kidding. I'll get it posted.
Somebody on Amber's team asked real quick.
Whatever.
Everybody on Amber's team, ask right now.
All right, my team, we got to step it up a notch this week. They're all out.
And I need to say, I want everybody on Amber's team in Mexico next year wearing your bracelets. I feel like I need to clarify that. Everybody, all of you, bring your bracelets to Mexico.
Yeah, they all texted me. They were like, Jana doesn't want us there. So it's good.
Everybody else's team is going to be in Mexico too. And I'll buy you a bracelet.
All right, guys, y'all have a wonderful night. Hey, let's close in prayer real quick. Why not? We haven't done that in a minute. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you so much for this amazing Plexus team that you've given us, for these wonderful friends and this incredible community. Lord, I pray that you will just bless each and every one of them. Give us all a great night's rest and a wonderful day tomorrow. Lord Jesus, we love you and we thank you for all that you are, for all that you're doing in our lives. In your name, amen. We will see you guys next Monday night. Same channel, same time.
Y'all are the best team ever. And I mean that by like everybody, since everybody's on my team. Y'all are the best team ever.